I tried my hardest. Tried my absolute best to escape. I wanted so badly to escape this. Did I feel like maybe I was playing this and I was ashamed? No. I could never be ashamed of the things I do. I wasn't ashamed of playing the original. I wasn't ashamed of playing Blue Skies. I just wanted to escape the pain. But as much as I wanted to escape the pain, they wouldn't let me. You wouldn't let me. So now I'm back. Doki Exit Music Redux. I will not play the original. I've played the original already. Off screen, I will not play that again. I know what this is about. I most likely know what the ending is going to be, but we're going to do this anyway. You guys just wouldn't let me escape. And we enter our name once again back into the world. Act 1, Airbag. Monday. Now this is the demo. I want you guys to know this is the demo. So it's not complete. So we're going to have to come back into this the more parts that they upload. You know how this is. So we'll finish Act 1, and then when they come to Act 2, I'll do Act 2, yada yada, so forth, so forth. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. Consider going to her house to wake her up. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things would be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. The hell with it, I'll go get her. I grabbed the cupcakes Natsuki and I made yesterday and make my way to Sayori's. We're not starting off with this already, right? I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. You better not. I don't expect an answer, so she's not picking up the phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. Can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori, wake up, dummy. There's no response. I'm nervous smiling right now. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? She really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Okay, thank God. Neiman? Sayori stands at the foot of her bed, a long rope in her hand. It's tied into a hangman's noose. In the shock of the moment, I release my grip on the cupcakes. The tray clatters to the floor. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Neiman. I'm sorry. She breaks down into incoherent sobs. Jesus, Sayori. I should have known. It was obvious. I didn't listen, didn't see the signs. I almost lost her. My best friend. The one I grew up with. Sayori drops the noose, dropping to the floor with a heavy thud. Just the act of looking at it makes my heart sink. Sayori. She gets up and rushes towards me, clutching my shirt and crying into my chest. I didn't want to face it again. What I talked to you about. I can't wake up every day like this. I can't. Even. Words catch and stick in my throat, unable to come out. I can't. There's a short pause. All the silent, aside for Sayori sobbing. I was about to do it, even. It was so close. I could feel it. I had never seen you again. I finally pulled myself together enough to speak. Sayori, could you imagine if I had found you like that? My last memory of you, my best friend, Such a failure, Neiman. I've only ever been selfish. I can't even think about the only person that cares about me for 1 second. Sorry, please listen. There are so many people who care about you. Monica, Yuri, Natsuki, your parents. I choke back a sob and steady myself again. I want you to remember that. You have a place here, and it wouldn't be the same. And I know it wouldn't be. You told me yourself yesterday. Even she backs away, catching her breath. I'm here for you. We all are. No matter what. Even don't. Sorry, you need to talk to somebody professional about this. Please, sooner rather than later. I don't think I'm ready. We can go another time. There's still the festival. I wouldn't want you to keep the others waiting. Screw the festival. You're more important to me than that. Sorry, this isn't just something we can just put off. What if something like this happens tomorrow or when I'm not here? I'm not gonna force you, but I really think you should. They can help. If I didn't do everything in my power to help you, I could never forgive myself. She sniffles, wiping her face with her sleeve. You care about me too much, Neiman, but I guess you're right. She gazes out the window for a long, silent moment. I don't want to feel like this anymore. If they can help, I'll try. I let out a deep sigh while my adrenaline slowly subsides. However, I still can't shake the anxiety brought on by all that's transpired. I just want it to be okay. Okay, we should leave now. We can take the bus. Well, I need to get changed first. Oh, of course. I nod and take a step outside the door, reaching down to pick up the rope first, taking it with me. Just in case. She gently nods, shutting the door in my face. Again, I'm a little anxious leaving her alone right after that, but she does need her privacy. I kneel down, beginning to clean up the cupcake massacre littering the floor with a towel. Natsuki's gonna kill me. I return downstairs and untie the noose, dropping the loose rope in the trash. My hands are shaking the entire time. They're barely able to undo the knot. How does she learn to do that? I lingered downstairs for a minute, trying to relax before heading back upstairs. Did I say minute or a minute? Minute. Taking a deep breath, I sit down for a minute. I shut my eyes and rest my head in my hands. I take a few deep breaths, hoping to level off my stress. She's probably ready by now. I knock on Sayori's door and she opens it immediately. Ready? Sayori nods once, her eyes glued to the floor. This is what's best for me, right? Her light blue eyes stared through me, expectant of an answer. Seeing her like this is so unsettling. It's like someone rewired her brain overnight to become this husk of herself. I shouldn't think like that. He's my best friend and always will be. I take a deep breath and sigh. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. But I know that it's worth a shot. Come on, let's get going. I take a seat in an empty but brightly lit waiting room. My anxiety consumes me as I wait for Sayori to walk out from the doctor's office. I have to lock my hands in place in order to stop them from showing my increasing worry. I subconsciously resort to tapping my foot on the floor and looking elsewhere in the waiting room. It's the only thing I'm going to be able to do for quite a while. Suddenly my pocket rumbles as my phone springs to life. I quickly pull it out and notice a text from Monica. Then it hits me. Today was the day of the festival. Damn it, should have told her that I couldn't make it. Hey Neiman, where are you? I have to reply. Sorry, I got caught up. I don't think I'll be able to make it to the festival. Neiman, please don't tell me you've got cold feet about the poems or something. It's an emergency. Oh no, what's going on? I don't know if I can tell you right now. That's okay. Just please see if you can make it or let me know if you can't. And if you know where Sayori and Natsuki are, can you tell them too? Okay, I will. I peer through a small flute glass window on the door. I can see what appears to be Sayori breaking down in her chair, her arms folded on the doctor's desk, her head rested upon them. I'm stricken with guilt, as it was my own negligence that led her to this. Behind me, the door that leads from the entrance to my waiting room swings open, and a couple of nurses walk by. But my phone buzzes again in my hand, and I turn my attention back to it. It's just me and Yuri here. She's really nervous about performing as is. I'm trying to pep her up, but without you guys, I don't think she'll do it. I know. I'm sorry it's a personal issue. Can't promise anything, but I'll try to get there before it's over, okay? Okay, thanks. A couple of minutes of idle waiting pass before I get another message from her. Never mind, everyone's here already. And they're already waiting. Probably gonna have to cancel the performance. I return the phone to my pocket, running my hands through my hair. Why now? I feel terrible for Sayori. The fact that she's in such pain right now and how oblivious I was to all of it. But on the other hand, I also feel like I put Monica and Yuri on the spot in front of all her classmates. Monica and Yuri. That reminds me of what Monica just said. Where is Natsuki? What the hell is with today? I can feel the anxiety rising up again, crushing my chest. I try to take a deep breath. In, out. Calm down. My phone buzzes again. Are you sure you don't know where Sayori and Natsuki are? I'm almost tempted to just leave the message alone. But I give in. I already said I don't know. I don't like lying to people, but at this point, I can't tell about Sayori. It seemed like I'm throwing her under the bus anyway. And I really don't have a clue where Natsuki is. It's just a white lie. For their sake. I texted them but got nothing back. Well, it doesn't really matter now anyway. We have to cancel our performance. People are complaining about the cupcakes not being here. Yuri's gone for some fresh air. Crap. I'm really sorry, Monica. It's fine. I sigh. Now I've disappointed Monica because I couldn't bring myself to tell her what happened. I type out a message for Natsuki, hoping to get some answers. Hey Natsuki, you okay? Monica said you were a no-show at the festival. A couple of minutes pass with no response. The message doesn't even mark as read. The office door swings open and Sayori emerges. Sayori quietly walks over, tears streaming down her cheeks. I quickly stand up to ask about her well-being. Before I have time to say anything, she locks me in a tight embrace and sobs into my chest. Hey, it's okay. Don't worry, take your time. I'm not going anywhere. I don't deserve this. Sorry. It hurts so much to see her like this. It's true, I really messed up everything. You don't get to spend time and have fun with any of the other club members. Monica's probably upset about us not showing up for the festival. Poor Yuri's gonna be so embarrassed. And it's all my fault. My mind wanders back to Monica's text. Not telling her the whole story seems to be a good call for what that's worth. I need to find a way to fix this. Sorry, look at me. She backs out of the hug and silently opens her eyes, staring into mine once again. Look, sorry, I really care about you and so do the others of the club. They would understand why we weren't at the club today. Besides, that isn't anything to worry about right now. If anything, you should tell them the truth about your depression. I know for a fact that they'd be supportive. They're your friends. I don't know. I just don't want to make a big deal out of it, especially with... Fuck! I didn't even click and it just went straight. I just don't want to make a big deal out of it, especially with the other club members, and I stand up and put my hand on her shoulder. Sorry, I don't think you understand how big of a deal this really is. You nearly... My voice cracked. I compose myself. You nearly died. Sorry closes her eyes and takes a startled breath. It's like the words are finally hitting her. She looks away, wipes her eyes, and changes the topic quickly. What about the festival? Did you talk to Monica about it yet? I hesitate. I don't want Sayori to feel like it's her fault that the performance was canceled, so I decide to start with Natsuki's absence. Well, Natsuki didn't show up either. Monica had to cancel the performance, unfortunately. You didn't tell her, did you? I didn't. Unless you want to talk to her about it yourself, she won't know. Okay? Sayori nods, wiping her eyes with her forearm once more. I think I'll tell her. So she knows why her plans for the festival were ruined. I can tell what she's going to say. Hey, it wasn't your fault, sorry. None of this is. Sayori grabs my hand tightly, crushing it in a vice-like grip. You can talk to her if you really want to. Hell, she'd probably be able to get better advice than me. Maybe. Did you tell my parents? I sigh. I did, yeah. I'm really sorry. I just thought that she laid her head on my shoulder. Thank you. I was too scared to tell them myself. She leans in closely to me, her soft breath sweeping across my chest. She closes her eyes and lets out a pained sigh. I love you, even. Despite her current state, I can't lie to her. It would be unfair on her end to have her hopes dashed like that. I feel her breath hitch. She grips up my shirt. I hold her in a tight hug. It's the only solace I can provide. I'm just glad she's here, that she's alive and breathing, that I still have a best friend. After a small bit, she steps back, sniffles, and wipes her eyes. We should get going. There's no point in going to school now, I suppose. So actually, Neiman, they're keeping me here for a while. I think it could help, like you said. They're keeping her on suicide watch? Jesus Christ. I take a deep breath. That's probably a good idea. They'll know how to look after you. Real quick, do not get me confused. I am not sitting here smiling. I'm not smiling. I'm not happy about any of this shit. The little tics and stuff when I'm like talking, it's nervousness. Okay? It's nervousness and anxiety. I know how big of a topic suicide is. Do not sit here for a moment and say that I'm over here laughing or mocking or even smiling at depression and suicide, because I know what that's like. I deal with depression too. I get it. She only responds by squeezing my hand. Look, I'll keep my phone with me. If you have the chance, you can message me whenever you want. Hell, I'll even pick you up whenever they release you. You're going to be okay, sorry. We hug again, only for a moment this time. Don't let me keep you waiting. I'll let your family know where you are. Thank you, Neiman, for everything. We let go and say our goodbyes, albeit reluctantly. The nurse assured me she would be in good hands and escorts me out. With a long sigh, I start my journey home. The mid-afternoon sun warms my back as I approach my house. The bus ride seemed to breeze right on by. I barely remember it. Before I enter, I turn my head and look at the neighboring house. Her house. I close my eyes and shake my head. She's safe now. She's okay. She's in a safe place and she will be okay. The mantra does nothing to quell my worries. I begin to tremble as I unlock my door to step inside. The moment I enter the kitchen, I flick the light on and collapse into a chair. I hold my head and try to focus on something else. I can feel the nerves coming on. All that adrenaline from earlier has left me mentally and physically exhausted. It's only then I realize I haven't eaten today. Despite my body screaming at me, I force myself to get up and make a sandwich. My mind wanders to the events of the day. The image of Sayori noose around her neck, the frightened expression froze on her face. Dog, why did they fucking superimpose the original sprite on this? I didn't need to see that. There's that feeling, that tightness in the chest. Why the hell does this feeling keep coming back when I think about... I don't want to think about it anymore. My mind settles on Monika's reaction. Yuri must have been so stressed too. Where was Natsuki? It seems like everything is just crumbling down today. I noticed that she still hasn't texted back. Hell, my message is still... shit! While I was distracted, I accidentally cut my finger open while slicing a tomato. The knife clatters to the floor. I quickly wrap my finger in a paper towel, letting the few drops of blood soak into it. Damn. I didn't feel a thing. Then why did you say, shit? I guess the knife's sharp at least. Regardless, I go ahead and eat the sandwich. I'm too hungry to care if there's a little blood on it. I toss my dish into the sink alongside the knife and head upstairs to my room. Collapse into my bed, exhausted from the stress that the day brought me. I sent a text to Sayori, fighting the urge to fall asleep. With the message sent, I surrendered to my exhaustion. I drift into unconsciousness within minutes. We're gonna do Tuesday. After Tuesday, we'll finish up. I'm pulled from my sleep by the sounds of birds and passing cars. I check my phone. 12:39, 12:40. Crap, I'm late. I bolted out of my bed and quickly put on my clothes. The adrenaline of anxiety wakes me up completely. As I'm changing, I stop and take a moment to think clearly. If I'm this late already, I might as well not go. Another absence. That's gonna look fantastic on my school standing. I sigh and sit down, half dressed. I could probably still go to the literature club at least. Check on Natsuki, let Monica and Yuri know what's going on. It's not going to be a pleasant day. But first, a much needed shower is in order. Step out of the bathroom feeling fresh and clean. So fresh and so clean. I check a time again. 1:06. How long was I in there? At least I feel less tense now. It just occurs to me neither Natsuki nor Sayori have responded to me. I haven't heard a peep from either of them. My fears have crept their way back, rotting themselves into the pit of my stomach like a vile tumor. I figured they might have taken Sayori's phone, or she's turned it off. That's not a huge deal right now. She's in a safe place. But Natsuki. I'm tempted to call her, let her know what's happened, ask if she's okay. But the rational side of my brain interrupts. What if she's in class? What if her phone is broken or something? She could be fine for all I know. Damn it. I almost wish I were omnipotent, so I wouldn't have this painful, crushing worry. I hold my breath and check the time. Club should have started by now. I follow the path along the courtyard. At least Sayori isn't here to scold me for missing class. Who am I kidding? Right now I'd take any amount of teasing to see her. At least she's in a safe place. I force my thoughts towards the club. Reaching the door, I let myself in and begin to navigate the hallways. After a short walk, I stop outside the door. I can see Monica and Yuri inside. No Natsuki. My gut feels like it's been dropped on the solid concrete. My already present worry only gets worse. I take a moment to compose myself before walking in. As I enter, both Monica and Yuri turn to stare at me. It's been a while since I've seen these fucking sprites, man. Damn! Ugh, I couldn't, you guys wouldn't let me escape. And the shit is so heavy already. Yuri quickly buries herself back into her book. Whatever plan I had to explain myself vanished the second I entered. I can only stand there awkwardly. I cough and try to stammer out a greeting. Neiman, can we talk? She's uncharacteristically emotionless and dreary as opposed to her normal cheerful demeanor. I mean, yeah, I suppose. You want to head out into the hall, or somehow the prospect of being in the hallway where others could hear is not ideal. But now I have to explain in front of both Monica and Yuri. Great. Here is fine. Alright. Monica leans against the teacher's desk, her expression blank, yet somehow piercing my soul. This is gonna suck. I'll take a breath. I'll be straight. Something happened with Sayori. I don't think I can tell you, that'll be up to her. But believe me, we didn't want to miss the festival. It was important to us. We wouldn't have skipped it unless it was important. So for what it's worth, I'm really sorry that we didn't make it. But that was surprisingly natural and more importantly, honest. Still, I can't help but worry about her response. As soon as I finish, Monica's face softens, her brow furrowing with concern. Is she okay? Yes. And no. She's okay. She's safe. But okay is stretching it. I see. Damn, look at the fucking face for Yuri. Jesus. Her eyes shift away for a moment, staring into space. She takes a deep breath. Okay. Needless to say, I owe you an apology. I was in a panic and shouldn't have kept bugging you about it. Things have been really stressful for me lately, especially because of the festival. So yeah. An awkward silence ensues. I have a feeling that the festival failure hit her harder than she's letting on. While it was necessary, I still feel awful for contributing to its failure. Monica rubs my upper arm a bit and she gives me a worried look. Are you okay? I pause. Through the last few days, I haven't had time to reflect on my mental state. Well, beyond the lens of anxiety and stress anyway. Nobody's really asked me, so I've pushed that task aside for more important things. Not really, but it's nothing to worry about. She nods. If you insist. Yuri peers up over her book inquisitively. I love her. What about Natsuki. The mere mention of Natsuki caught me by surprise. I could feel a wave of mild nausea flooding over me. Where is she? Yeah, that was my next question. I haven't heard from her. At all. She wasn't with you? No, she went home on Sunday after we baked the cupcakes. I haven't heard from her since. The room goes quiet. Yuri sits down, staring ahead blankly before aimlessly flipping through her book. Monica closes her eyes and sighs. Okay. Well, after something catches my eye. Outside the clubroom door, the flash of a familiar shade of pink. What's that? Am I just seeing things? Well, it's better than I find out rather than standing here contemplating it. I'll be right back. Oh, alright. I'll probably cut her off from what she was saying, but this is more important. I make every attempt to walk to the door normally and resist the urge to sprint. Just as the door closes, I break into a jog down the corridor, around the corner and... Natsuki, Neiman, keep your voice down. Please. She looks around, like she's paranoid about being heard. Nat, you don't understand. She speaks in a harsh whisper. I know, Neiman. I missed the festival, and it's my fault, and I know that, okay? I don't want them to come out here and start bitching at me. And Natsuki, she stops her tangent. I've missed you. I've been really worried. We've all been. She looks at me with a reaction that I can only describe as complete shock. I've missed you too, okay? A lot. I'm sorry that I missed the festival. I really wanted to go. It's okay, Sayori and I weren't exactly punctual either. She looks at me with confusion. You and Sayori? Oh god, no, nothing like that. It's just, I debate telling her. From what I know, Sayori considers her a best friend alongside myself and maybe Monica. She'd want Natsuki to know. At the same time, I don't feel comfortable with it. That's her decision to make, not mine, just with Monica and Yuri. Something doesn't sit right with me about lying to Natsuki. But I'm not really lying, right? It's just an omission. Event occurred. Sayori couldn't make it and I was with her. I mean, that sounds bad. She okay? Yeah, she is. She'll be back soon. I feel terrible about not being up front, but I'm sure she'll understand if Sayori tells her. I quickly change the subject to the topic most on my mind, which brings me to my own question. What happened on Monday? Are you alright? Oh, that. It was just, we had a problem at home. I had to spend the day in the basement helping to fix something. I couldn't answer my phone. I'm sorry. Huh. Her explanation seemed plausible enough, but can't shake a bad feeling about it. A really bad feeling. I don't believe it. Not for a second. But if she's lying to me, of all people, she's doing it for a reason. I don't press it. Alright, fair enough. Natsuki inhales, exhales, and rocks on her heels. So, that's why. Can't wait to get chewed out by Monica. She was worried about you when I told her I hadn't seen you. You should talk to her, Yuri too. They're worried? She seems to react with genuine surprise. Despite your differences, Yuri does care about you. She looks uneasy, glancing towards the corner. She sighs and picks up her bag. Not today. I need some time to myself, you know? Plus, I need to be home early today. Need to start dinner. Oh. Alright. I'll see you tomorrow, though, okay? Promise? Natsuki pauses and looks away for a very short moment before glancing out at me. I promise. She gives me a weak but honest smile. Alright, get going. Don't let me hold you up. She waves and walks down the hallway. I start to head back into the club room. This music is fucking amazing. Oh my god. Before I round the corner, I look back. I see her at the stairwell, glancing back at me. I hold up my hand. She does the same before heading down the stairs. I sigh and head back to the club. As disappointed as I am that I didn't spend more time with her, she's safe. She's alive. At least there's a... There you are. Where were you? Oh, was caught off guard from wallowing in my own thoughts. Bathroom. Okay. Well, I was just about to say that we've ended the club early today. Yuri's already headed home. I'll try and call Natsuki again when I get home. Just in case the others show up tomorrow, I'd like you two to write poems if you can. Maybe it could help with... Who knows? Yeah, sure, Yeah. Very reassuring. I grabbed my bag, waved to Monica, and started my way home. As I finish off the last scraps of my dinner, I feel my phone buzz from inside my pocket. Discarding the dirty plate in the dishwasher first, I pull it out and check the notification. A text from Sayori. Several of them, in fact. Hey Neiman, I won't be able to call tonight because I'm going to sleep soon, but I wanted to message to let you know I'm doing better. You were right. The people here are taking really good care of me. They're giving me some meds. I was really scared at first, but I think they're going to help. Sorry for doubting you when you said this would be the best thing for me. By the way, they said I could probably come home on Thursday, so that's good. I'll call you tomorrow if I can, after school and club and stuff. Good night, Neiman. Despite this good news, I feel the familiar cramping sting. She's being medicated now. Heard stories online about taking stuff like that. What if she completely changes? What if she just attempts again? I'll fail her. I run the sink and splash some water on my face. I can't bear the thought of being alone, treated only with peels and encouraging words. I can only see her lifeless, dangling from that wall. Stop! Why is this happening to me? I've never felt this way before. Constantly on edge. Overthinking and overreacting to news that I should be happy about. I wipe my hands with a towel and send a message back to Sayori. Glad to hear you're doing better. See you soon. See you soon. If I'm not admitted myself first. I drag myself upstairs and collapse on my bed. These past couple of days have left me completely drained. I can't bring myself to do much of anything other than worry and sleep. And like a soothing mother, sleep takes me. Those are the first 2 days. I don't know how long this demo is. So we're gonna save. We're gonna save here, and that's gonna be the end of it. Okay? So you wouldn't let me escape, and now we're back. Experiencing the pain already. Damn. Anyway, if you guys like this video, please make sure to leave a like down below. I'll see you on the next one. And as always, we move. See you soon.